For the people out there that maybe don't know about you and your music, do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I born in Australia. I'm from Australia. South Asian background. I'm an R&B soul singer. I been singing for all my life. I was brought up with like lots of country, lots of um a broad range, like lots of blues music. And now I'm truly trying to explore the R&B soul area. There's not really a scene over here in Australia, so it's really interesting to see even over in the UK and all over the world. It's really nice to see South Asian artists, and how they're exploring it. So it's nice to start it up, I guess, in Australia.
So I definitely got that the whole R&B soul vibes from your latest track, Is It Wrong? So who would you say like your main influences are?
I'd say some like the background of it would be like Lauryn Hill, some of the old school classic of the 90s. But then I think it's really nice to see like Kalani and her and like the more modern R&B and how that's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of different influences, which is really cool, especially now today.
I mean, you touched upon it just then as well, but maybe not in terms of the Australian South Asian R&B scene, but in terms of the Australian South Asian music scene as a whole. Like
Yeah.
what's that like because I don't really, apart from
Mhm.
Selena Sharma, I don't really know like that much about the scene over there.
Yeah. Well, it's a very limited scene. I think the music scene in general in Australia is still something that's being built, and I think the South Asian music scene is something that's it's just below that, I think. So, there's a lot of really amazing groups and creators and collectors out there that are really trying to build a space, which is really, really lovely to see. And really, yeah, it's there's a definitely a sense of community that's building in Australia, which is really lovely.
So going back to you, you said you've been pretty much into music all your life. What was it that made you make the decision that I want to actually pursue this like properly? I want to like release singles, I want to release music videos, that sort of thing.
I think from a young age, it was really like we had all the family bands and we all had to go and play for all the family parties, and that was really nice to do. But I think the idea of actually releasing my own music wasn't really something that was in my thought process. But my brother does music as well. He produces and releases. So I think both of us kind of bounced the energy off each other. And um, here we are today, both of us releasing and just trying. I think, yeah, it's nice to say that there actually is a possible there are opportunities to do it.
Your most recent single, Is It Wrong?
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you sent that to us because honestly, like I got that in our email inbox and I was like, wow, I actually can't believe that someone's reaching out to us about this. Like this is actually it's like because honestly, like I just love the vibe of it so much. I love
Thank
like
you.
your voice over it. And the music video as well, but we'll get into that in a second. But
Yeah.
do you want to give us the premise of like how that song came about and like what the story is behind it, that sort of thing?
Yeah. Thank you, first of all. My brother and one of my friends came over to Melbourne. And I wrote that spur of the moment in my living room, and um, I guess I wrote the song about how in I guess in relationships you could talk about we can kind of see that there's like we always think about the what ifs and um like what if we're still together, like what if what would time be like right now if we were together, if we continued something that we ended, um and just the thought of like is it wrong really of thinking about that and thinking about what could have been. Yeah, I think it's a nice. I really trying to go down the R&B lane. I think I've been like with my previous two songs, I was kind of exploring fusion and seeing where it could take me. But I really wanted to try a classic R&B, which I think it went kind of more down that way a lot more. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed making this song, and had it for so long. Like I listened to it so many times. So now I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, sick of it. Sat on it for so long.
I mean, I hope I don't get to that stage of overplaying it too much, but yeah, I'm still in that stage of like really enjoying it and the music video as well, which I'm not sure if that's out publicly yet, or
No,
no?
not yet.
I mean, I think I've seen a little snippet of it, so I'm sure this isn't a spoiler, but
Yeah,
it revolves a bit
no.
around basketball. Is that right, or is it a different?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, are you a basketball player, or was that purely for the music video? Like,
I'm a netballer. By the
okay.
way, I'm playing. I think people have got me out. People are going on at me about my trying of basketball. Yeah, I just wanted to do something completely different. I think this song is, um, it's because it's such a like a classic 90s, like such an R&B, like it's a classic. I feel like I wanted to do something completely out of the ballpark, I guess, which is ironic. But yeah, something completely different, which I think we'll see how that goes. It's very different. I don't play basketball. People are already attacking me. Yeah, look.
Well, I mean, I don't play basketball either, but but neither I imagine neither does the majority of people that are going to watch this video. And to me, you looked very much like you were very much in your comfort zone and knew what you were doing. So,
I hope so because yeah, was not definitely not.
moving forward, then obviously you've said about how this most recent track you've kind of moved away from the fusion more towards specifically R&B, and it's worked out well for you. So, do you reckon in the future you're going to stick more in this R&B realm, or is there other areas that you'd like to explore as well?
I'm really into exploring. I as much as I love the R&B, I think it's really cool how I think like the way Thames as well, for example, has just like brought in these different fusions like Afro and R&B. I think it's really amazing. Um, and yeah, I really am into fusion and just trying different things. I think it's really cool. I think I was speaking to someone the other day about like having a sound, and I think my sound is less of a particular genre of R&B or Afro beats or whatever, like pop or something. It's more of like I try to use my voice as the genre and use my voice as whatever, like kind of use that into whatever genre it goes into.
That's a really interesting way of like thinking about it actually. I'd never really thought about how like
Yeah.
the way the voice is used can actually change the genre, maybe even more than the way the instrumentation is and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. I think Her is a really good example of that. I think she does that really well. She's always on so many different tracks, and it just sounds like another one of like just another track of hers, but um it's like it might be house or it might be Afro beats or it might be it's so random the way that she does it. I love it.
Cool. Well, I definitely look forward to hearing that then. Rounding things off, um, obviously you've said about how you want to release more music that kind of explores all these different genres. No limit whatsoever. Like, what would you say your main goal is for the end of 2023? Because crazily, we are already 2 months through, but we've still got another 10 months left. So, what's the goal for you for the end of this year?
It's crazy. I can't believe it's already been 2 months. I'm really trying to release consistently this year and just get a like grow my catalog. I think for the past couple of years I've always been saying this, but I'm hoping that this year, now that I've started it off early, I'm hoping that I can consistently release and just I've got so much music and I've been working with so many amazing producers and people. So I really just want to give those songs the light of day and actually just get them out and hopefully have a show at the end, like have multiple shows throughout the year. Maybe do a headline at the end of the year though. That'd be amazing.
Well, I really look forward to seeing that, and hopefully you end up in the UK at some point down the line. Definitely love to see that.
Yeah.
So for the people out there that want to follow you on your journey, where's the best place for them to find you?
It's probably best to follow me on Instagram. Just to change my handle because people keep forgetting how to pronounce my name. So just underscore jaw underscore date. But
Very
yeah, I'm on
nice.
Spotify, everything as well.